Shalom, Israel. Give me a few minutes. Shalom, shalom. Just bear with me for like a few minutes. I just gotta uh, make sure everything is copacetic. Can everybody can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, can you just comment if you can hear me? So let's give double honors to the Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Messiah. I want to give double honors for the elders that have been paving the way, on behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, putting the spirit on the men, you know, that started prophesying or building up the information, putting the spirit on these men to go out to the highways and byways or to make books or documents relating to the Bible to give the information to the Black Latinos and Natives, starting with Abba Bibbins on down, and to the elders in Great Millstone, from Elder Tahara on down, that have been teaching the sincere milk, the parables, and the prophecies and the dark sayings of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And for the camps, that's four corners of America and outside, that's going to the highways and byways, bidding people to the marriage and doing sit downs, ruling well to the best of their ability, from the elders, the captains, the bishops, the soldiers. Lord willing, the Most High continue that spirit upon you to endure and to continue to keep your foot stand fast and immovable in this ministry. And, a mighty shalom to the wives. That's reference for their husband, and have a high respect and always pursuing to be a loving, silent wife to the best of her ability. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other men and women that are not in the ministry or walking the faith, right? We gonna jump right into it. This title is "Put Their Feet Upon the Necks of Them." And of course, I believe, and I know a lot of people believe, ain't nothing new under the sun. Uh, the Most High Yahweh does not change. And it's a lot that we see, I'm on YouTube, so I'm going to be sharing my screen too. Facebook, you ain't going to be able to see it. But it's a lot, we endure, seeing servants on horses, your servants putting their foot on your damn neck, using you as a foot stand, using you as a chair. People don't know when they used to say piggyback back in slavery, the slave was carrying the owner on their backs, right? And there's certain things in the scripture, uh, a lot of us should be praying, Lord willing, we can have dreams of these things, think upon these things, you know. I just want to be worthy enough to actually see this into fruition. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just jump right into it. First and foremost, I'm gonna do what I normally always do. I usually bring out a scripture, bring out, a scripture just to start it off. Everybody that's on the YouTube, the stream yard, can y'all see my screen? Just to make sure y'all can see my screen. Um, I could see it, but just let me know if y'all can see it. Just bear with me. My computer acting really, really slow. It's a few things. I don't even know why I went here. I actually needed to stay on Google. I got the Blue Letter Bible right here. So we're gonna go to 4:28. Uh, the first verse we go to, just to start this off, because Lord willing, these 5, 6 verses that I'm gonna bring out after this one, just to motivate you, the more we strive for the truth, you know, what we gonna see. And if you're reading the Bible, you're gonna see it's gonna look like a flashback, right? So this is Sirach, the 4th chapter, verse 28. It says, strive for the truth until death, and Yahweh Shem Shai shall fight for thee. So you want to fight, you want to strive, you want to endure, you want to stand fast, you want to be unmovable until death, until that death, until that death is knocking at that front door. However, the Lord choose for you to go out, unless it's going out with a bang, right? So the first precept we're gonna go to Baruch chapter 4, verse 25. And Lord willing, you can see where I'm going with this one after this first verse. Verse 25. It says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. So me and you have to suffer patiently. Shalom, shalom to the family. Shalom to my brother Yawasab. Um, we have to suffer patiently with the Most High had put upon us, for good or bad. Me and you can't rush this process. We just have to keep a swivel and always try to cleanse yourself every day. Even if you know you clean, do it again, right? So we suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, from the Most High, for thy enemy have persecuted thee. And we have records, let alone images. You could look at these scriptures and know that they didn't regard the young or the old, right? But shortly thou shalt see his destruction. We're going to see him fall. We're going to see his dominion get taken away, and shalt tread upon his neck. Wow, isn't that a coinkadink? This reminds me of something. Let's go to the book of Joshua. First, I'm gonna go to the point. I'm gonna go to the point, and then we're going to go. We're gonna bring out some of the recipes in this. Right. So you've seen what it said in Baruch, and I'm gonna keep that on the screen. So we go into Joshua 10 and 24. It says, and it came to pass, because when you go into the chapter 10, it deals with the five kings war against Gibeon, right? And Joshua defeats the 5 kings, right? So it says, Salaki, and it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel and said unto the captains of the men of war, which went with him, come near and put your feet upon the necks of these kings. Now, when we read in Baruch, that's during the Babylonian times, but that's a future prophecy what we're going to see, right? And Joshua he put his foot upon the necks of the kings, right? and they came near and put their feet upon the neck of them. So they put their feet upon the neck of these kings, let alone we're going to put our feet upon the neck of these kings, right? Lord willing, we get to see that sight, all due to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? We're going to read 25. It says, and Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed, be strong and good, and of good courage. For this shall Yahweh do to all your enemies against whom ye fought. Because in prophecies before, the Lord was going to tell you that we were going to overtake the Canaan's land, and who was dwelling there, we were going to overtake them, right? But this is even more symbolic to what's to happen later on, right? And in this prophecy, right? This is Joshua conquest of the southern Palestine, right? He conquers the southern side of Canaan. Shalom, your lot is in the building. Shalom, King, man. You could drop precepts if you want to, Malak, right? Or if you have a question, right? So verse 29, it says, then Joshua passed from Makkedah and all Israel with him unto Libnah and fought against Libnah. And Yahweh delivered it also, and the king thereof, unto the hand of Israel, and he smote it with the edge of the sword. And all the souls that were with him, therein, he let none remain in it, but did unto the king thereof as he did unto the king of Jericho. So what I read in Baruch, 4 and 25, where at the bottom, where it says, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck. This is dealing with future prophecy, what we haven't seen yet. But when you see in Joshua, it's symbolic because it's going to be the same thing that happens. What we read in now is how Joshua went through the land in different parts, slaying the kings, slaying the rulers of Canaan. Later on, through the power of Yahweh Shem Shai, we're going to be slaying the kings in America. Or later on, we're going to be slaying the kings in other parts, because we're going to have to go search for the adversaries, the oppressors for the kings, because the kings are going to hide. Let alone, if we keep reading and if we go to certain places, you'll see that uh, Joshua kills the kings and put them right in the damn cave, right? And Lord willing, we'll get to that. I don't want to read all of it. I don't want to give you all of it. I really want y'all all to go in there and read it for yourself, right? But I'm gonna read some more for this. I just wanted to show you a little bit of it, right? So verse 31. It says, and Joshua passed from Libnah and all Israel with him unto Lachish, and encamped against it and fought against it. And Yahweh delivered Lachish unto the hand of Israel, which took it on the second day and smote it with the edge of the sword. And all the souls that were therein, according to all that he had done to Libnah. And we could keep going, keep going. The Lord was putting a spirit on Joshua and the men of Israel to slay him, right? When you jump back up to 27, right, it says, and it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Joshua commanded that they took them down off the trees, right? Because verse 26, and afterward Joshua smote them and slew them and hung them on 5 trees. The 5 kings that we were reading about in verse 24 that he put his foot on, right? The 5 kings, after he killed them, he put them on trees, right? And they were hanging upon the trees until the evening. And it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Joshua commanded they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and laid great stones in the caves of the mouth, which remain unto this day. Joshua, after killing them, slaying them, put them, hang them on a tree, he took them right back in the cave where they were hiding. If you was to read from the first verse all the way down, you'll see the kings were fleeing when Joshua and the valor men, the men of war, was coming and slaying people. The kings was sliding out, and they went to go hide into a cave while everybody else in a city was getting killed. Kids and women were getting killed. You know what I'm saying? The Lord doesn't play, right? So definitely read Joshua 10 and read Joshua 11, and you'll get the whole fathom of it, right? So now we're going to go to Obadiah, the first chapter, right? Oh, first chapter. We're going to drop down to verse 8, right? And just see how it all lines up. It say, and shall I not in this day, wait, no, that's not it. No, it's 18. Salaki. I'm over here wilding. Obadiah 1 and 18, they say, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, right? He's going to be used for stubble, right? And they shall kindle in them, right? And devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh have spoken it. That same spirit he had on Joshua, we gonna man, the same spirit we just seen on Joshua. What did Joshua do? Joshua was slaying them, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna even put that. I want to put that on the screen too, right? That's okay. I'm gonna take the Baruch off. You see the Baruch, but surely thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck, right? We're gonna go back and put that Joshua junk on there because I want to make sure y'all understand this. You feel me? Like, Lord willing, we all can understand it, as a unit, right? Lord willing, y'all can go read it for yourselves. We're gonna go down to verse 32, right? It said, Joshua chapter 10, verse 32, and it said, and Yahweh delivered Lachish into the hands of Israel, which took it on the second day and smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the souls that were therein, according to all that he had done to Libnah. So what Joshua and Israel had done to Jericho, did to Ai, did to Lachish, did to the five kings, did to the southern kings. Then in the 11th chapter, they go to the northern side of Canaan. And what they do, they smote and slayed them too, right? The Lord was putting a spirit on Joshua and the men of Israel, right? Smote it with the edge of the sword, right? Verse 33. Is this the one I wanted? Yeah, no, verse 32 is what I wanted, but verse 33. Then Horam, king of Gazar, came up to help Lachish, and Joshua smote him and his people. You feel me? This king came to help Lachish, and Joshua smote him and his people until he had left him none remaining. For Lachish, Joshua passed unto Eglon. Now, if you read the book of Judges, soon Eglon, you want to remember his name, going into the book of Judges, right? And it says, all Israel with him, and they encamped against it and fought against it. And they took it on that day and smote it with the edge of the sword. And all the souls that were therein, he utterly destroyed that day according to all that he had done to Lachish, right? Even though the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai can really just use Yahweh Shai and his angels to wipe them out. But later on, you're going to see the Lord is going to even use his hopeful elect for vengeance, right? We're going to go to the book of Isaiah. We're going to go to the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, right? Say, and their children. You already seen what we just had, where we just came from. Just deal with the precepts we just left from. Don't go nowhere else. Don't think of nothing else unless you got a precept to add on, right? It say, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, before their parents' eyes, right? Their houses shall be spoiled, raffled through, their wives ravished, right? Now, when we go to limitations, don't get mad when you see their wives lavished. Guess what they did to you? We're gonna ravish their woman. Uh, we're gonna ravish their woman in righteousness. They didn't. They ravished our women in unrighteousness. Limitations 5 and 11. It says they ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the city of Judah. So they had a good old time. Let's see what they ravished mean. Let's hear it in the punctuation.
Strong's H 6031. Anah. Anah.
Anah. Part of speech. Okay. Anah. So the biblical usage, to be occupied, right? Be busied with, to afflict, oppress, humble, be afflict, to bow down, right? To put down, become low. This joint said to put down, become low, to be depressed, be downcast, man, to be put down, to be afflicted, to stop, right? To humble oneself, bow down, to afflict, to humble, man, you're going to be put down, right? Right. So the woman was put down. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah. But what did it say in Isaiah? We were going to ravish their women, right? And I'll go back to it just for you sayers. You know, verse 13. We'll go back to it real quick. 16, it says, their children also shall be dashed into pieces before their eyes, right? And this happening in Joshua, right? Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished, right? When you actually go into these things, uh uh even when we go through the city, because eventually later on you'll see Israel, um the Lord would tell you to kill somebody and we probably don't kill them off, and we left women that actually laid with a man, right? And these women, you know, already can be consumed with religions and different belief, right? Idolatry and stuff. So then later on, he tells them, yo, don't kill the woman that never, that never knew a man, that never laid with a man, right? So when it comes to us, we're going to be taking these nations' wives. We're going to be taking their children, right? But that's all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. There's nothing I can do, right? That's all the Lord saying, right? Chapter 14, verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. So whatever their fathers have done, we're going to prepare slaughter for their children, right? We're going to prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquities of their fathers. When you go to Limitations 5 and 7, it say, my fathers have sinned and I have borne their iniquity. We reap what our forefathers sowed, we reaped it. Our oppressors, their forefathers sold something. Now their children is going to reap the benefits of what they sold. So prepare slaughter for his children. So the elites back then, orchestrated that took us, that orchestrated and built up America's government. Those are the so-called foreign fathers. Later on, of course, some of them probably got old and died off. But from descendant, with these other nations, they always drop down their inheritance to their children. Of course, they're giving the knowledge and the information to their children, because why is the cycle still running the same? Why is not one of the elites, the forefathers' children, why he not come out and say, hey, let's stop treating people like this. Hey, let's do this a different way. It's because it's already set in stone and it's a spirit already upon them that, and if they did do that, it would be trying to go against with the Lord, but the Lord already made too many workers in the hands of Esau, in the hands of our oppressors, right? So the children of the forefathers is going to get what the forefathers didn't get to receive. So they're going to receive it through their children. Our forefathers, it's not, they didn't get to really receive what we're going to receive. We're going to receive the kingdom forever and ever, right? Back to 421, it says that they do not rise. So us doing this is going to be so that these adversaries do not rise. They're going to go back into their place being servants. Servants are on the horse. They gonna take their ass off that horse and they gonna be walking down. Giddy up, right? It says, nor possess the land. They're going to be kicked out of Israel, but they want to call it Palestine, right? Zion. They're going to be kicked out of all other places that they're trying to overrule, and we're going to take them where we want to take them, right? It says, nor fill the faces of the world with cities. It's over for that, because anytime they fill a city, they fill it up with iniquities. They fill it up with blood. They fill it up with death. They fill it up with lust. They fill it up with homosexuality, right? They're constantly deceiving. That's why the first verse and the second verse holds a lot of weight. You know, I just read it. It say, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land." Right, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaid, and they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So we want to make it to this prophecy of being able to go back to our home, to being able to see our kingdom rebuilt, right? Because right now it's about the tabernacles of David getting rebuilt. The tabernacles of David is the 12 tribes of Israel, and they're not trying to wake up. They're not trying to apply it, but it's all the Lord that gives the increase. It's just about your heart. Do you desire it? Is you hiding the law, statutes, commandments in your heart, or is you running away from it? Lord willing, I could probably bring that precept out later, right? But we're gonna go to Psalms 149, right? Oh, and that's it's crazy that I just said it. And I'm about to bring out that Psalms. I have to bring out 119 and 100, but this is Psalms 149. Uh, we'll start at 5. It says, "Say, let the saints be joyful in glory." Right? The saints is going to be the hopeful elect that's going to get beamed up. The hopeful elect is the so-called 12 tribes of Israel, right? It say, let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth, right? And a two-edged sword in their hand, okay, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, right? And then that's where we go to that Isaiah 14 and 21. Yes, that goes into Baruch 4 and 25. Yes, it lamies off of Joshua 10 and 24. Yes, it slides back and go to Obadiah 1 and 18. And then, yes, it sounds good for Isaiah 13 and 16, right? It says, "And punishment upon the people, to bid their kings with chains." That sounds like slavery to me. "And their nobles with fetters of iron." Kwam Yasharella, to execute upon them, the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye Yahweh. Even more, we might as well get Revelations, the 13th chapter, uh, verse 9 and 10, right? It says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity." So in history, any nation that ever led into captivity, man, I bet you they got it on their mind. That's why they probably living their best life. I'm not I didn't put nobody in captivity for what I remember, but me personally, we always do a lot of wrong in our lives, and some of the wrong still be in your mind. You're like, especially if it's a real bad deed you have done, right? Even though it was a real bad deed that you have done, how much more do you think these other nations that had put us in captivity, and the information was dropped down from descendant to descendant, and they telling them, "Hey, you put these people in captivity." I bet you that's weighing on them. Shalom, shalom, Malaki, Abashimashai, right? I know that that has to be weighing on them, but the bill has to be collected. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, right? He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Yes, Jake was killing with the sword. Hey, that build is going to have to be dealt with. But when we talk about our adversaries been using the sword very maliciously, right? They been using it for no reason. They'll tell a nigga to put his hands up and they just shoot him because he got his hands up. Oh, I thought he had a gun. Hey, show me your ID. He got a weapon. That's too big for a wallet. By the time you even bring your hand out like Moses, you can get shot, right? And there's many other incidents that happen, let alone our sisters probably getting raped. If you watched Bumpy Johnson, Boogie Johnson, the drug dealer, his daughter got raped by a cop. You know what I'm saying? His daughter was a so-called crackhead at the time, but then she went part of the nation. But a cop raped her. You know what I'm saying? But let alone it was a black cop at that. But you got to imagine your oppressors. They was raping your freaking mom, raping your sister, or raping your wife. Then you might have your stepfather that might not be getting no Carucci because now his wife became a housewife, or his wife became a freaking sex slave to the master, and now he having sex with his daughter-in-law, right? Esau, man, he put a lot on us to say, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Me and you have to endure long suffering. That's why Baruch 4:25, it says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, right? So we have to suffer patiently for this, right? When you go to Sirach chapter 2, it even tell you to be cheerful when you get changed to a lower estate, right? Ms. Gabar put Jeremiah the 15th chapter, verse 2, and it reads, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus says Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to captivity. Hey, we can look at those in two ways, right? For Israel, such as for death to death, such as for the sword to the sword, such as for the famine, for captivity to captivity. And when we flip it to the nations, it's the same as the nations, man. Right? The nations going to have to deal with death. You have to deal with the sword, and they're gonna have to deal with famine too. When famine of food really hits this place, it's not gonna only affect the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that's not and slowly in the truth, right? Or the people that is dedicated and fully in the truth, right? We're gonna still need to hold on faith onto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? But all of these things is going to be surrounded around all of us. Every last one of us is seeing people die with heart attacks. I got a news article, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't really share it because it's in my phone. But it's a news article of uh, pilots dying. Pilots is dying. They flying the airplanes, and these mother suckers is dying because of their heart, the blood clots. Isn't it strange? Soon as fake 2023, because that's not until spring, but 2023 happened. Now people getting strange heart attacks. It's coming out of nowhere, right? This is about to be that turn up year, and these are the things we want to ponder on, right? And this is why I'm gonna bring out this verse, because in this time, knowledge is increasing, right? And we're learning at a faster rate, a faster pace than our ancestors, right? When you go to Psalms 119, verse, I'm gonna start at 88. It says, thou through thy commandments has made me wiser than my enemies. The first 5 books of the Bible is for your wisdom and your understanding. It's going to make you wiser than your enemies because it's going to help you to read between the lines of this society, because the Lord orchestrated what to do and what not to do in his eyesight. What's clean, what's unclean, what's righteous, what's unrighteous, what's profane, what's unprofane, right? For they are ever with me. I have more understanding than all my teachers. Why is that? Is because you're able to go seek him while he is near, right? It's more suitable because it's right in front of you. You have your Bible. Yes, you might have the internet, right? Knowledge is going to increase. For thy testimonies are my meditation, because you're always in the face of his parables and his prophecies, the signs and the wonders that he did in the past and what he's going to do in the future, right? I understand more than the ancients. Why? Is because the unicorn, this internet, you can add different history books to line them up, right? I'm able to understand the guidelines and the maps and all of that is because knowledge increased. The Lord allowed me, even though the maps is all messed up, you know how Esau did it, right? We can increase our learning. We can go further. I'm just showing this because all my other books is on my phone. But you can have a book that you can read something in the Bible of a place or a river or a water, and you can go right in here just to line it up in your membrane, let alone mark it up in your Bible. So every time when you speak about it, you know where to point to, right? And to know when the flood of Noah happened, the whole landmass, it all switched. So to be able to go back into the Bible and understand how it looked, and then how this rearranged, how this changed, how from the ancient names, and now we move to the modern names. Modern names, you call African American, you not called Judah no more. Oh, how can you prove you Judah or Gad? Hey, even if you want to take the lane of not proving it, the scriptures automatically is going to prove who it is, right? Because a descendant from descendant, the Negroes, which would be the African American, the Jamaicans and Haitians, that would be on them damn slave boats coming to this place when the Northern Kingdom is already here, right? We're gonna have to separate that. If any man or any woman can know who their father is in his bloodline, it is what it is, right? To even go further, half the time I go to the doctors and they can take your blood and they can trace that back. It's still gonna say black. So we gonna say the blood is fake, right? So at the end of the day, it's about reading and applying yourself. Because when you see history, and I have a great grandmother. Even when I was in foster care, she was 94. When I used to go to Zion Dominion, and she would tell you about slavery. 94, great grandmother. Her name was Gladys Riley. Salaka, Gladys Riley, right? 94. And she knew about slavery. And she was a so-called African American, right? It's not far-fetched. We them same people singing sweet low, sweet chariot. Where the hell these niggas get that from and they in America? Is because those are the same people that built the infrastructure of Egypt. We the salt of the earth. How if we not the salt of the earth, then we lost our savior. I mean, we lost our savoriness, right? And if that's the case, why we build America if we lost our savoriness? Why them African booty scratchers or these other little nonchalant nations? Why they didn't grab them and make them build it? Because we're different. They had us work for free. They had us change our name so other people could become $5 Indians. They didn't do that for nobody else, right? At the end of the day, you have the other nations hating on themselves, and then you have Israel hating on themselves. When we have a chance right now to understand more than our ancients, and all you have to do is be fast to listen, be fast to listen, slow to speak, be fast to shut the hell up as a man and as a woman, as a woman and as a man. Because how can we learn more than the ancients? Because I keep thy precepts, bouncing from the commandments, precepts, let alone your precept mean commandments. So you're gonna follow that throughout the whole Bible, right? It's another verse I wanted to go to, but I kind of lost it. Shalom Malak, Yahweh Shemashai Barakatham, my guy, my brother. Um, Dang, I forgot where I was gonna go. I understand more than the ancients. right? I might as well go to this verse, right? I'm tight. It's gonna come right back to me. This happens every day, right? We're gonna go to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39, right? Because we're talking about the ancient. Yeah, we gonna stick on the ancient part because this is the reason why when I add the Joshua precept to Baruch, it's to help you learn from the ancient. What do it say in First Corinthians, the 10th chapter, verse 1 all the way to 5? You got to learn from your past. So I need to learn about Joshua because in Baruch he say the same thing, that you're gonna put your foot on the neck of your enemies, right? Where I say we was going to Sirach. Where did I say we was going, love? Oh, 39, right? Yeah, we're gonna go to Sirach 39. Shalom, the Wad Yasharalam, David Yasharalam. We're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus 39, 1 and 2. You gotta understand, if we're gonna tread on their neck from Baruch 4 and 25, and then to relate to Joshua, the 10th chapter, verse 24, and chapter 11, when we go seek these kings, we're gonna do, the Lord gonna put that spirit on us to do the same thing in this end time, right? Let me get this precept before I read first Sirach, right? This is Jude, the 14th verse and 15. It said, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, Yahweh Bashimar Shai cometh with 10,000 of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Right? Hey, yo, the Lord is gonna have us to get ready. Our hands is gonna, we gonna get real bloody. We're gonna get real. We're gonna get nice. We're gonna get nice and beautiful out here, man. Right? The Lord is not playing. Yo, the adversaries, they're gonna get hit from the left, right, trigger, square, square. Right? So this is Sirach 39 and 1, Ecclesiasticus 39, verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, you give your mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. So when you give your mind to the law, let alone we have to be occupied and meditating in it. So me and you, we really can't give days off, because in order for me to imprint it in my mind, I have to be meditating into it. A lot of people meditate in chakra, a lot of people meditate to Buddha. A lot of people might meditate in Christianity. We get in this truth. There's some brothers and some sisters that meditate too. We might pray. We might get in here. We're reading and meditating on a scripture, right? You're meditating on to be better. You're meditating to cleanse yourself. Let alone when you're meditating on that law. The law is your schoolmaster. But what is you going to do with it? You're going to walk that. You want to walk that narrow path, walk on the foundation of the apostles and the prophets, right? And go the way of Hamashiach Yahushai. And we'll seek out, Shalom, Shalom, Ma'ak Yahushua Mashiach Brakatam. We'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient. So we don't want to miss Adam. You don't want to miss what Cain did to Abel. You don't want to miss Abraham, right? You don't want to miss Cyrus or Doris, Alexander, Antiochus, right? The 12 Caesars, right? You don't want to deal with Wisdom of Solomon, right? Or Jesus from Sirach, right? You got to seek out all the ancient. Before Yahushai is the ancient. During the Christ of Yahushai is ancient. During the time of Paul is ancient. Because where you at right now? You in 2023, right? You got to seek out all the ancient just to be builded up. How can I be builded up like a building if I'm not seeking all the ancient? Yo, it's so, if that's Collins, Collins is, wait. Okay, never mind. I'm over here saying, I'm thinking that's my cousin over here speaking Hebrew, and they not even in the truth. I'm like, yo. But it say, and we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. So if you were watching this lesson from Baruch 4 and 25, and then we relate back to the ancient, of Joshua, the 10th chapter and 11th chapter, but really cleaving to verse 24 in Joshua 10, going to Obadiah 1 and 18, going to Isaiah 13 and 16, Isaiah 14 and 21, Psalms 149, verse 5 into 9. This is a prophecy which we're going to re-see again, because the Lord is going to change you like a twinkling of an eye, right? Ms. Gabar just put Romans, right? I'm gonna go back to the Sirach, right? If anybody got a precept, we gonna bring it out. You know what I'm saying? I was only trying to bring out 6, but you see, it gets so good, it'd be like, nah, just keep going, right? This is Romans the 15th chapter, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. So whatever before your time, it's 2023. I'm not in the time of Moses. So that means I'm not in the time of Paul. I'm not in the time of Peter. I'm not in the time of Cornelius. I'm not in the time of John. So that was for my learning. I'm not in the time of Malachi. That was for my learning. I'm not in the time of Judas. So that was for my learning, right? Everything in this word is for your learning. We have to stop being simple-minded niggas and always trying to attack it by contradicting it. If you want to get life right, if you tired of men beating you, you always getting the end of a stick. You always getting a Krishan. Excuse me. I like her though, she cool, but we always get a Krishan. A lot of women is getting the blue face all the damn time, right? If we start giving back to Yahweh Shem Shai in the righteous way, the Lord will give back to us spiritually, mentally, and physically, right? And it says that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope. When you go to First Maccabees, the 12th chapter, verse 9, the scriptures is your hope. It's better than anything. Yo, it's better than my wife here and my wife in ATL. It's better than my kids, right? The ministry of Yahweh Shem Shai is the comfort, right? Let's go to First Corinthians. That was a good precept, Miss Gabar, right? So, dang. See, in my Bible, look, I'm gonna show you what it says in my Bible for First Corinthians chapter 10. I know YouTube, you're gonna see it because the camera don't get blurry. We zoom to it, and I'm pointing it to my dang phone, the camera right here. It say learn from our past right here. Anybody on Facebook, if you could zoom up in it, it say learn from your past. Learn from your past. Now, when you get into this, in order to even understand this, it say verse 1, it say, moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud and passed all through the sea. Now we already know where we could go to. You go to Exodus. Shoot, you can even go to Judith. You can go to Wisdom of Solomon, right? This is talking about Egypt when we split through the Red Sea, right? And we were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. I wonder why they keep saying cloud, because they're talking about the cloud that had dark and night, right? Verse 3, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. The Lord was blessing us in the wilderness. Spiritual food. And did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank that spiritual rock. Hamashiach Yahushai was with us, right? Through the power of Yahweh Shai, that death spirit the Lord sent, that was Yahushai. The Lord always say the right hand, he's talking about Yahushai. When he say that spiritual rock, look what it say, the rock that followed them. That rock was Hamashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. When the chariot was, when the cloud, the pillar of cloud by day and the fire by night, that was Yahushai, right? Verse 5. But with many of them, God, the Most High, was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Israel were murmuring, right? The Lord is not well pleased with us right now. You got women out here walking around like a chicken with their head cut off, and you got men out here that don't got no king sense. No king sense. With no damn sense. Jay-Z said, what's a king to a god? I'm gonna tell you this right now, brother. You ain't a king and you damn sure ain't a god. But Bible do say we are gods, even if you is wicked. But the God that the Lord want, he wants the just. He wants the lowness in heart. He wants the humble. He wants the meek. He wants the ones that's not quitters, the ones that's doers for his ministry and not themselves. Right? Back to if anybody got another precept, drop it. Right? Back to Ecclesiasticus 39. Now, verse 2, it say, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men in their subtile parables, where subtile parables are, he will be there also. So he's going to be in the parables when Hamashiach Yahushua was speaking parables. He's going to be in parables or allegories what they were speaking in the Old Testament, right? Because the Bible is deep. It says, and he will seek out the secrets of grave sentences. That's those dark sayings, and be conversate in dark parables. And hey, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of mighty men, great millstone. They be soaking into the dark parables. You have, I do be seeing Sakari. They be getting in their WFI just from what I have seen. You have other congregations that be dealing with the dark parables. But any man that wants to double up, I don't care if you're not in a congregation. I'm not. I don't have a camp title. I'm just a Hebrew Israelite, and I'm laboring brothers. And the Lord is compelling us to teach the sense or milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies. I'm trying to do all four. They ask you, they be like, yo, Gabar, what position you play? I'm a point guard, but I could do it all. I could be center. I'm 5'7". I could be a center. I got some strong legs. I could back, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I could be a shooter. You know what I mean? I could rebound. You know what I'm saying? You need a Desmond Rodman. You need a Rodman. You got me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You need a power forward, a shooting guard. I could do it all. I probably never did it before, but I can make it happen. The Lord say with men is impossible, with God it is possible. So because I believe Lord will, he allows me to be able to do that. And any man and any woman, right? A man's wife shall always be cleaving. Yo, well, where my husband at? Not where my husband at that you nagging him and trying to be under him like deodorant. I mean, where my husband at? Where a lesson at? Oh, let me see him teaching on the live. Let alone if your husband not teaching in the house, you should want to see your husband teaching the people. You don't see Moses' wife, babe, when are you going to teach me a lesson? Because just follow what I'm doing. If a wife want to learn, she's going to always watch what her husband do, how he moves. When a feast day come, her husband is going to already let her know. But what is really compelled, however a man move, his wife and his children going to follow him. But outside his house, that's where the wickedness come from. A man has to implant the word in his house. If he don't implant the word in his house and then it's not in the street, what the hell is you doing? So us as men, teachers, leaders, kings, we have to make sure the foundation of your household is set. Then you have to make sure the street is set. I know brothers that's probably not teaching in videos or out in the street, but I know brothers that's dropping scriptures on their social media. I respect that because there's so much booty going on Facebook and IG and all these platforms. Even if you leave and come back, it's still going to be the same. But for a brother to drop a scripture and actually know what it goes into, guess what? It curls a Christian, because let a Christian go in there, yeah, brother, this is what this going into. No, brother, you're actually wrong. That's a red flag. You know what I'm saying? It's good to flood yourself with the Lord. Regardless if you're not teaching, put scriptures on your social media. Hey, if you're not putting scriptures, put a video that's educational that a man or a woman can learn. You want to do that and say, you know what? I pass information. If you choosing not to teach somebody, did you at least pass information to somebody? You have to know knowledge will increase. You can drop a post of a scripture or a picture of something that deals with slavery or something that's educational for the Black and Latinos. That will go somewhere. It will go somewhere. The Lord will plant the seed and give the increase. Somebody might click your drink and be like, yo, brother, what is this going into? We have to always be occupied where knowledge is. Knowledge. The brother dropped Jeremiah, the 7th chapter. Everybody good? Everybody understanding? Any questions, any precepts, right? Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, verse 25, and then we're going to drop down to 28. It says, Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, into this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. The Lord been always sending the prophets, always. Even if it was a wicked prophet, like say if because Saul, we talking about the kings, Saul who got killed and then David became king, you can see right here and in the word he was serving the Lord and then he became bad. So you might have some brothers that can be mighty in the spirit and then they might be bad. They might be bad right now, but later on in their spirit they actually might be a powerful prophet, right? The Lord is sending us, right? You had Gideon. Gideon was a little afraid and shy. He fell, you know what I'm saying? And he was great too. He was a judge. He had multiple wives. He was living life. But every judge, prophet, leader that the Lord sent, we have to listen. But what did we do? We did that Jeremiah 33 and 32. We turned the wait, Jeremiah 32 and 33. We turned the back and not the face. Every time a teacher was teaching, man, this nigga teaching again. Damn. Brother, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you. Dang, brother. Then you got the nerve. You got some people, the Lord put a spirit on brothers to tag brothers for a video. And that's just the Lord doing that. Because you could be dealing with something. And then now you see on your phone this brother tagged you. And then you fake get on there, you click it. Shalom, King, and then you get right off. You ain't even listen to that lesson. Guess what? Through the spirit, that lesson probably was going to probably put a fire upon you, right? But we have to know from past tense and then to know right now. If you see the men out here saying, "Thus saith the Lord," right? Even men that might make a mistake and say the wrong breakdown in information and then say, "Hey, my bad, I was wrong," and then correct itself. How can we say the Lord is not dealing with them? Because you had Hananiah in Jeremiah the 26th chapter that falsely prophesied it was trying to mock Jeremiah, and the Lord killed that man 7 months later. Right? Right? I'm gonna have to bring that out, but I'm gonna finish that too. This is Jeremiah the 28th chapter, verse 14. For thus says Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all the nations of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him. And I have given him the beasts of the field. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah, Hear now, Hananiah, Yahweh have not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. This is why you want to work hard to approve yourself that you're not teaching a lie, right? It says, Therefore, thus says Yahweh, Behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against Yahweh. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. But I'll just go to the first one, the verse 10. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and brake it. Hananiah spake in the presence of all the people, saying, Thus says Yahweh, even so will I break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, from the neck of all the nation within the space of two full years. And the prophet Jeremiah went his way. He said he'll be able to fulfill that in the length of 2 full years. Guess what, brother? You didn't make it. You died 7 months later. The Lord not playing, right? Back to the brother precept, Jeremiah 7, chapter 7, verse 28. But thou shalt say unto them, This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth perish, and it's cut off from their mouth. You could tell we're the same people from back then because when you try to correct your son, your daughter, your wife, or even if a brother try to correct another man, or we try to correct our nation, they don't accept it, or you can't always correct. Stop rebuking and stop using the Bible. We're the same ones. This is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of Yahweh. We can see it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even without faith, you're not going to believe in, hey, you know what? I got to keep these laws. This is for my good, right? With the faith that my brothers got, I'm going to just sit here, but I believe. That's not that real faith. Then when it comes, truth is perished. It perished out of a lot of men and women. They don't believe in the truth. And then you could look at your children. Your damn children don't believe in it. Your children believe in the tooth fairy more than they believe in Yahweh Shai. They believe in Santa Claus, dumb fat ass. Excuse my language, Zuckerberg. Fat Santa Claus is gonna come down your damn chimney. Guess what? I don't got no chimney. Where he coming from? A young kid. He's gonna come from the back door. He ain't got a key. But we'll try to make a lie to your child and say, I'm gonna stay up late and just make sure Santa Claus come in. Make sure you don't ring the doorbell so you guys wake up. Easter. You know what I'm saying? We want to accept a lie. This is why our women, and I have to say the women, I'm not talking about the full dedicated women in this ministry. Not you, baby. We talking about these half Wakanda women. Look at the brother, believe in Wakanda. You see how he did that? You see how the spirit worked? These half Wakanda women, they worried about a $200 weave. When the winter storm was going on during Christmas, on Christmas Day, you had some $5 toe, ugly little hubba pets going into the weave shop that Ishmael got. Ishmael made a good penny. You stupid. Our people, so we spend so much money with the Muslims, but they not gonna give you discounts. They not gonna let you get buy one and get three free. But they went in there and robbed the store and they was getting shot at. I watched the video right here. Then you got our women that look more better than any other nation on the earth. And they put more makeup on their body than they do lotion. They put the makeup on first and then put lotion after. They put the makeup on first and then the lotion after. Then you got brothers that's bald in areas and then put weave on their head. The brother had a fit. He said, man, I want a new style. All right, what you want me to do? You want me to do you a wave cut? What you want to do? What you want the boosie haircut? He said, man, I want locks. That man looked at him, bro. You got a little fro. He said, man, let me get extensions. The man gonna bring dead hair. And we feel good about that. We're not studying from nothing because the truth perished in the hearts of men and women. It is cut off from their mouth. The truth can't flow out of their mouth. That's why the wicked enjoys. Man, you know what? I gotta go to this. You see that? You see that? I was trying to end it, but I can't end it now. Right? This is Psalms 73. Right? It say, truly, the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me, my feet are almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And a lot of us is like eavesdropping, like looking, oh, look at them. When you watch a TV, when you watch your little TV show of them damn Jersey Shore, Breakfast Club, Basketball Housewives, or when you out in the street and we just envying a nigga smoking a blunt, the money that they got, they not getting hit with plagues and all of that. All of us is really, we're coveting it, we're designing what they got, and we're envying them. You might not say it in your mind, but oh man, I can't wait to see this video. But guess what? Is you learning anything? Can you take something from that and educate your children? Technically, in a human point of view, you're envying that. I bet you right now, the Lord is not about to constantly let me just watch. He has to watch us do bullshit because we're in his story. He has to watch us do this bullshit. But the Lord told you to choose life or death. So if we was all choosing life, we wouldn't want to be a Cardi B. Right? Verse 4, it say, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. Right? When you go to, forget it, we're going to stay right here. It says, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Guess what? Some of these celebrities and the people that's in the world living a wicked ass life, some of them is not getting arrested like how you would really think of it. When I was in the world, brothers was getting, but I was just wicked. But now I'm over here just doing what I do, and it just seems like The wicked is living good. I see before I got with my beautiful Miss Gabar, I used to, of course, I'm around drug dealers. I seen one of my mans go to jail 7 times in 1 year, 7 times, and still come back and still get money. Still get money. You know what? I need to get money. I go to jail, I come back, I don't get money. And I go to a 9 to 5, and then I leave the 9 to 5, then I go back get money, and then my spirit is off. I'm upset, then I go back to jail. And I see that same nigga in jail. Then he gets out and he's selling drugs for years and he good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always envying them. Now I get in the truth. I'm not envying no more, but I was driving around the town with a suspended license, no insurance, suspension sticker expired, my license was revoked. 2019, 2020, and a little bit of 2022, I was driving around the town teaching the word. Cops in front of me and behind me never pulled me over for 2 years. That is Yahweh. I don't really watch the wicked. So the Lord is going to protect the ones that he really loves, the ones that he's really watching. I can tell from my own. Yes, it's times I slipped and, I failed. Guess what? Eventually, that last moment when I knew it was enough driving that type of car, and I'm saying it, after a day of camp with me and my Akim, the Lord had me and my Akim pulled over. The cop was going to give me that car. But one of my brothers got out of the car, man, is this a black thing? And I didn't get my car. And the cop took me on and said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm supposed to take you to jail. Your insurance is expired. Your inspection sticker expired. You got license plates that was supposed to be handed in. Your license is revoked. Oh no, you got to go to jail. But guess what? You've been good with me. What the scriptures say? Agree with your adversaries quickly. Hey, if we do things that's well pleasing to Yahweh, he'll make your enemies be at peace with you. Right? So while we over here trying to serve the Lord, you should never, never, well, what they say, I ain't never worried about a pussy nigga. You should never be stressing about a foolish nigga. What up, King? Right? Verse 6, it say, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. You know what I'm saying? We can see it. You can go on YouTube, look at the rich mansion. Let's look at MTV Cribs. Let's see what he got. Man, you go on YouTube and you can see a lot of people living lavish. Yo, I remember me and my brothers was out teaching. We got done. I think we was walking around Canal Side or something. A brother came out. He was like, man, I'm just so happy. He said, man, it feel good to damn near be, the richest man in the town. You like, wait, what is you talking about? He said, man, I know for a fact I got the most bread in the town. Nigga, what was you probably? You probably was selling drugs, probably made it clean with clothes and all that. Nobody cares. He said, I bet you if you had the money that I had, you would care. And you see all of our people think of money, fashion, strip club, my music. I made it in the industry, but they're what DJ Cali say God did, but we need to switch it. How God feel? What about God? How God feel? None of us is worried about how the Lord feel, right? Verse 8, it say they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lofty. You go to the book of Sirach, what do you hear? They say the people will hear the rich, but they won't hear the poor. When the poor man fall, they'll step on them. When the rich man fall, they'll hurry up and get him, pick him up, right? A few brothers drop precepts. We gonna get those. You know me, I love, man. What your mom say when they drop a precept, you better bring it out. Right? The brother brought out Ecclesiasticus Sirach. He brought out Sirach, the 11th chapter, verse 21. It says, marvel not at the works of sinners. You can't be amazed at the work of sinners, right? Hey, and this goes hand in hand too with that Ecclesiastes, I think 7 and 5, where it says, hear the rebuke of the wise instead of the songs of fools. Marvel not at the work of sinners. Don't you know their music is work? It's their artwork. That's crazy. That just hit me. That just hit me. Marvel not at the workers of the works of sinners. We watch these TV shows of sinners. We're watching their work. Now I see why. Look, now after that, thank you, King. That's a beautiful freaking precept. Now I gotta get on a new wave, bro. Now I have to start watching TV shows and movie shows that I can see spiritually, that I can think of scriptures. Because Esau definitely make movies that you could think of scriptures. Anytime I watch a movie that deals with wickedness, selling drugs, I can't think of scriptures. I'm just gonna think, damn, look at us. We fell into sin. That is fire. Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, and abide in thy labor. We have to stay in the labor that the Lord has given us, right? We gotta work that meat that Yahushai said. That's this ministry. For it is, for it is an easy thing in the sight of Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. It's an easy thing, right? On the sudden to make a poor man rich. It's easy to make a poor man rich. Guess what? We already became rich because we're all dropping precepts. We're all learning. The enemy hate when you learning, especially when you know who you is. We can't say that's not true. I'm gonna be Kanye. We the real Jews. Up, report it. Oh, you got $100 in your bank account. Up, I'm about to make it $70. You know what I'm saying? You can't even say nothing true in this society. That's how you know the truth hurts. You gotta go to verse 20. Wait, where we at? Where we at? Yeah, verse 22. It says, "Blessing of Yahweh is in the reward of the godly." Only the godly is gonna get reward. That's why Hebrews 11:6. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. And then guess what? Later on, whoever diligently seek him is going to get a reward. So the godly is going to get a reward, right? It said, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. Man, I'd rather had a blessing from Yahweh Shai instead of a blessing from the left hand side. Because the Lord gonna bless you with something that you can actually relate to, right? The other brother brought out Proverbs. We gonna keep that right there. Nope, no. We gonna have to put it here because we gotta keep Psalm 73. Right, brothers is bringing out some real. That joint just hit me, man. You know what? Where my handy dandy notebook at? I need that Ciroc joint was so beautiful, bro. I'm gonna tell my mom on you, man. That one right there was beautiful, man. And it's crazy. You'll read a verse like a brother can already read a verse and then see it again, and it hits you. But the way that it hit me is uh because it's going with what we talking about, not what I'm talking about, what we talking about, because it ain't no I in team, right? Right. A teacher, every teacher is going to need a student, and every student is going to need a teacher. I'm a student, and guess what? I have teachers. The teachers might not be in the class, but look, one day, if I see my teachers, I'm gonna let them know, right? I see a few of my teachers, Yaramayan, Daniela Sam, you know, Yawa All, you know, freaking Sabat, Elder Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Rimlab, uh, Gabar from HOI, Ariala from Sakar. Like I could keep on going. And I learned just like you could have a conversation and just learn from somebody. But you gotta give our respect where respect is due. A lot of us be feeling like we did this on our own. And that's how rich people be thinking. They did it on their own, But that was the Lord allowing the left hand side to bless you. That was it. The left hand side, the Lord allowed to bless you. That's it. You ain't no good, brother. The Lord just used the left hand side to bless you, and you're blessed with things that's of this world, right? Proverbs 11, verse 4, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath. That's why they're ushering in a cashless society. We're slowly but surely getting out of this thing. Because right now, a lot of my brothers and sisters, if you don't got that paper money, you ain't nothing. I can't wait till they destroy the credit card and a dollar bill. I have money, but I'm just saying that prophecies is going to make a lot of Black, Latinos, and Native believe and come back to the faith. Prophecies. A lot of Israel slowly, 1, 2, 3 step, came into the ministry before COVID, during COVID, and after COVID. The more prophecies come, the more that moon turned red, more Israel slowly, not on our time, but his time, because he's never early, he's never late, he's always on time, just like all of us. I didn't hurry up and get in here. I still was smoking weed when I first got in this thing. I knew the truth since 2015, but I didn't really take it serious until 2020, 2021, 2020, right? Riches is not going to profit anything in the day of wrath. You go to the book of Sirach, I believe the 16th chapter, man, we're going to be pilgrims. Half of us, half of these brothers, oh, look at my business. Look, I got a Lindsay Biagas. Guess what? All that stuff you make, look, if you making bread off the land, off a crop, you gonna plant those things, but I bet you ain't gonna be able to reap your harvest. You ain't gonna be able to. You gonna be on the move. Make as much money as you can now. I wish you luck, but you got to put the Lord first while you doing those things, man. Right? It says, but righteousness delivereth from death. Righteousness is going to deliver you from death. That's why I always bring out Sirach 4:28. Strive for the truth until death, and the Most High shall fight for you. Right? We're gonna bring out what Miss Gabar, the precept Miss Gabar got going on. Proverbs, the 23rd chapter. Oh, brother Key put you onto that. That's, hey, all praise to the Most High Yahweh Shai, right? Each one teach one. Then when you get it, it's gonna recycle and go somewhere else that somebody gonna be able to use it, right? It said, this is Proverbs 23, verse 17. It say, let not thy heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of Yahweh all the day long. Let alone, we should not envy our oppressors. You shouldn't envy. You should never choose none of their ways. You should never envy your oppressor. Never choose none of their ways, right? Because guess what? You choose one of their ways, that left-hand side will see that you like it and will give you what they got. Now you about to start walking like your oppressors. Let alone, don't envy the sinners around you in your nation. Guess what? You're going to be consumed and you're going to be around them. We seen it all. We seen brothers leave this truth. It's nothing wrong. You better be around sinners, especially if you holding on to this truth. Yahushua is a different breed. He was around sinners, publicans, and he was able to hold himself. If you cannot hold on to liquor by getting drunk and wilding out doing some foo-foo stuff, if you can't hold staying away from weed, staying away from coke, heroin, crack, staying away from same-sex, pork, or some weird stuff that the Lord don't condone, your butt should really be staying away from people like that. You should really be covering yourself around people that's like-minded that want to serve the Lord. Until you put that armor on, Yahweh Shai had that armor on him. That's why he was able to do that. While you picking up this Bible, I can go chill around because I don't smoke. I don't care for it. I don't need it. Nothing that I was doing in the world, I don't need. My number one stronghold was porn, right? And I'm going to keep telling that to any man or any woman, any stronghold you dealing with, you got to work hard for that to separate it, right? I might be different than some folks, but I cut a lot of world people away from me is because it happens to me every time somebody say Assalamu alaikum or they ask a question and I'm going to answer it. But if I go to the Bible or as soon as they hear me breaking down a scripture, or if I'm getting too passionate, or if I'm getting them something that making them feel like they doing something wrong to correct them, if they feel Christ is coming with hugs and kisses, when Christ come ain't gonna be no war, I'm not going to allow that. Scriptures say you hate every false way. So for me, every time I went around somebody in the world, it always happened to that way. Or they will push, oh, you want to watch ball? Nah, I'm not really into it because what I seen, you know what I'm saying? And plus what they doing in that, is just like what they was doing in the Romans or in the Greeks. They like sports and they're just using our people. So when I explain this to family members, oh, okay, now you went too deep. Oh, I just like my sports. I can't, I'm different than some people. So is you gotta be wise as a serpent. So I remove myself from worldly people, being around them, like how I'm around the people in my household, like that. Like being around them constantly. But I'm gonna go, hey, what's up, man? What's popping? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do, but every time I go, I'm trying to wear something that relates to the Bible. Every time I'm wearing jewelry or how I dress, somebody's gonna either say, "Yo, is you from Ghana or something?" Man, do I look like the man from Coming to America? And it's just the glow. That's not how I dress. That's the glow. You feel me? Then when you start talking, people want to be around you. Family want to be around you. But guess what? If it's not book, chapter, verse, I'm about planting seeds. If I can't plant a seed, I'm going where it's dead at. And half the time, you could show your light all day, and nobody asks you a question. People just smoking weed. Yo, I like what you're doing, and they ain't cleaving. But the Lord say, get the blood off your hands. I'm seeing family members eat pork and this. I'm not going to drown them, but I have to go bring out these scriptures. But now, let on, while I'm doing it, you see the attitude. You see, oh, there's some. I seen family members say, man, yo, look, I love God, but I'm about to fucking eat me some pig. Man, they basically saying, man, F God, let me eat it now. That's what they saying. I can't condone because then I'm a what? It's better for me to stay over here and then I could just teach it. And if you come past it, it's off my hands. Let alone see you at family get-togethers. Hey, what you doing? Yo, man, yo, I see how you doing. Yo, why you don't eat? I'm gonna let you know. But for me, I'm gonna stay where I'm at. And for anybody else that's dealing with things, you have to watch what your strongholds is, what you can't handle and what you can handle. Don't ever allow yourself to be in sticky situations, but the Lord will never put you in a situation you can't handle. I'm only saying these things is because I want to see my brothers and sisters and myself get beamed up and look down while this place is getting destroyed. I want to see my brothers get descend down and we start cleaning up for Yahushai, going to get the heathens from out of these damn holes, and we putting our feet on their neck, and we gonna take them to the place that the Lord wants us to take them, and they gonna rebuild our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Rebuild everything that they broke down. I want all of us to see those things, right? But we have to desire prophecy. We have to desire the higher things in the scriptures, things that you can't handle, right? Niggas that want to be lazy is not getting in the damn kingdom. Niggas that want to desire what the baby and baby got. I'm sorry. This truth is about sacrifice from anything of the world, right? uh this is Psalm 73 verse 9. It says, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. It's a lot of foolish and wicked men and women out here that their mouth is against heaven. It's a lot of people F God. Oh, if that's the case, if God real, then why he ain't talking back to me? A lot of us got so simple. The Lord made you have a strong delusion that you think you worthy enough to say, hey God, and God talk to you like I'm talking to you now. None of us is worthy. Nigga, I'm gonna call you right now. Nigga, you not worthy. It's no way you worthy because we ain't never put the effort in. Half of us put more effort in putting draws on than we even put an effort on to see how the Lord feels about our mistake. Half of y'all brush y'all teeth more than you try to cleanse your spiritual garment. Half of y'all make sure your hair fresh. Make sure your hair fresh instead of making sure you putting those clean spirits upon your head, man. Right? A lot of people, you want to cuss, you want to do all. I want to get rich. I want all of this and all of that. You saying all that hoo hoo going up, and guess what? Shit ain't coming down. What's the saying? Prayers goes up and blessings come down. All women, oh, where the good niggas at? You want me to tell you? The niggas on the corner. You want the hood niggas, the ones that seeking righteousness, the good niggas, the man that's keeping his face firm, seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's where the good niggas at. Oh no, where the big dick niggas at? Oh, you damn hot potato. You damn hot pocket. We just thinking about DD and PP. Let me just be grown. Y'all thinking about Carucci and Oscar Mayer Wiener all day. Hey, that's simple. So a man and a woman, they gonna get busy. But what's after that? Oh, we need to get to this money. Okay, you get that. What's after that? I'm gonna get a business. What's after that? Every time you say some bullshit about something in the world, think to yourself, what's after that? But now when you think about the Lord, thinking about the Bible, what's after that? The kingdom. What's after that? The kingdom. This place, the kingdom. After World War III, what's the next? The kingdom. You get in this ministry, what's after that? The kingdom. So it's a different vibe. I'm tired of playing checkers. I want to play chess, right? Let me bring out your Jeremiah. I'm gonna slow down and I'm gonna walk out of this, man. I ain't gonna say too many more precepts, man. The brother brought out Jeremiah 2 and 5, man. Jeremiah 2 and 5, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh, what iniquity have your fathers found in me, that they are gone far from me, and have walked after vanity, and are become vain." We haven't found not one iniquity or gall in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but let alone we walked far from him. Nah, we didn't walk far. We became Forrest Gump, and we ran from him. Nah, F walking, we ran from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We ran into the arms of idolatry. We ran into the arms of fornication and homosexuality. We ran into the arms of proud spirits and prideful spirits. We ran into the arms of respect of persons. We ran into the arms of shabba dabba ding dong, feel me one time and ride in a Honda, right? This is Psalms 73 verse 10 and say, therefore his people returned hither, in waters of a full cup are wrung out of them, right? The wrongs is wrung out of us, right? And they say, how doeth God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Hell yeah. Because the Lord is the potter and we're the clay. How the hell is you the clay asking, hey, is God, are you real? You gonna ask the man, is he real? Nigga, go take a piss. Go breastfeed. Go have a baby. The Lord say he mold you in the womb. The Lord is the potter. How the hell you gonna ask him, do the Lord got knowledge? He ain't no 1+1 type nigga. He beyond that. The Lord is on the knowledge, deaf to America. Have you ever heard of that? Verse 12, it says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. They increase in riches, right? Investing, saving, bank loans, the best TV position. How is it Tory Lanez just got in trouble for whatever he didn't do? But guess what? You find out the man was promoting that he's independent, getting multi-million-dollar deals and own his own publishing. Oh, they don't like that. How out of nowhere you send this girl that got a good college degree but sound like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? But sound like that, want her butt to be out, but say she got stabbed and her toe look like a retarded midget, but don't even look like she got shot. But hey, she got shot, right? But now we see Jay-Z hands is in it, but he wants to talk about our people, such and such. Man, it's a deeper thing because they can't control a nigga. He's still in the industry because how he move, but they can't control him how they want to. But then you have Little Nas X over here saying that it's a gay agenda. Well, I believe it because P Diddy got the best agenda ever. Let's keep having parties and keep them secretive. But the man dates girls and then give them a 200,000, 250 allowance. What is that for? Because I never heard of that. But then you find out from Jaguar Wright He gave Cassie damn near 250, let alone for their relationship, but it is to help for hush hush money. Why she get out so fast if the relationship was good? Because it's things in the closet. Why we don't need to desire what the wicked have. You need to tear down this place. It's sorcery in the industry. It's sorcery, witchcraft all around that damn hole. So we have to expose Esau, let alone expose our own damn nation. Why did Israel split? The northern kingdom, guess what? They cleave into other guys. Go into a Latino house, any Latino or native. You take down that dream catcher or that white Jesus, I bet you that grandmother will get her house shoe and try to throw it at you. I'm going to read this last one, this verse 13. It says, "Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocence." I have cleansed my heart in vain. Cleanse my heart in vain. They cleanse their mind in vain things. They wash themselves in vain things. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. The Lord was chastising this man every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, right? Because look, when any man think of himself to be anything, he deceives himself, right? So, Lord willing, this was a edifying lesson, and let's just get this. Let's put this on for the YouTube screen. Close it out with this beautiful precept we started off with. Sirach, the fourth chapter, verse 28. And it reads, "Strive for the truth until death, and Yahweh Shema Shai shall fight for thee." How can Yahweh fight for thee if you're not striving for his ministry? Striving is for you to know the sincere milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies. Striving to be better. Striving to be humble. Striving not to be prideful. Striving to not fear the world, but to fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? Strive to throw away the old man. Right? Strive not to be comfortable. Strive to be occupied in his ministry. Strive to do it 10 times more. Shoot, I have to strive to fast more. This is an honest fact. I have to strive more. Even though I do intermediate fast every day, I'm still not going to feel that that's not enough. I intermediate fast every day. I eat one time in the evening, one time. But that's all Yahweh because he's helping me out because I'm eating too much. I'm bringing in too much. And as soon as I eat, I get tired and I want to go to sleep. I want to strive for the truth. So the Lord allowed my mind to move different. And I made a way. So anytime I read, I don't feel sleepy. And that's all to Yahweh. Before I would eat and I would get sleepy after. The Lord helped me. Right. And that's all Yahweh. Because what it say? Strive for the truth until death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. Right. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and reminisce, right? So in our deeds, we should not slack, but we need to reminisce on our deeds. We need to reminisce on the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We have to strive in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? And other than that, man, I love you to the moon and never back. Death to America and death to Esau. Not on my time, but his time. He's never early and never late. He is always on time. It's your brother Adar Gabar with another one. If I could do it, you could do it. If you could do it, I damn sure can do it. Don't trick yourself away from the marvelous gospel Yahweh Shema Shai, but treat yourself to the marvelous gospel Yahweh Shema Shai. It's for free. It's for free, and it's right near you. You could put it on your phone. But like I said, get it right, get it tight, get your mind right, and get those precepts tight. If you don't get it tight, you would be you will regret it later on. You know, why not hop on the wave when you have the source right in front of you? You know, you can get right into it. But Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, the brothers and sisters that's in the faith can do more for Yahweh Shema Shai, more for themselves. Lord willing, the brothers and sisters that's trying to get in the faith Lord willing, the Most High put that spirit on you to increase. For the brothers and sisters that don't give a damn, I hope a spirit of sermon. I hope something happened that you'll be able to slowly wake up. Time is ticking. But with that, Kwame Yasharella, Shalom. Sorry, y'all.